talking about Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. A new episode dropped just this week. And I'm excited to play for you the monologue jokes, as I like to do. Because Tom, I don't know how big his writing staff is. I assume it's not the same level as The Tonight Show. Okay. It's probably just him. And he's got to come up with these jokes in just 1 week. And they got to be topical. And so he starts off. The setup might be a tad too long on this one, but you guys tell me.
Hello, and welcome to Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. A lot going on this week. Right before we started recording, an appeals court ruled that Donald Trump did not have immunity in his 2020 election interference case. We just want to say a lot of things can happen between now, when we're recording this, and when the episode goes out. For example, Trump could appeal to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court could refuse to take the case, or the lizard form that inhabits Trump's shell will say, fuck it, and leave to look for another life form. With Ron DeSantis.
Hold on a second. There's a tag on this one, guys. So let's get the reaction and let's hear the tag.
With Ron DeSantis hoping it's him.
Here's what I love about Tom Myers. He claims to be very politically savvy. He has a political show. He's trying to be Bill Maher. Bill Maher is very politically savvy. He knows the issues. He knows the players. He writes smart jokes to people who are following this stuff. Not Trucker Andy, but everyone else would maybe enjoy. Tom Myers sets it up like he knows what he's talking about. And then the punchline is always like, yeah, and you know what? He probably just turned into a reptile. Like, what? It's not clever.
He's stealing the Louis C.K. bit.
Well, right. That's true from when, who was it who called into Opie and Anthony? It was our defense secretary.
Yes.
Donald Rumsfeld.
I like that he actually used the comedy of threes.
Okay.
To some effect.
He could do this. Could happen. This could happen.
And then the fake laugh guy,
lizard person,
came in too soon.
Yes.
And you hear him go, "Oh!" at the end.
Yeah.
After.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry, Tom. Sorry.
Yeah. There are a few times when the other co-hosts on the show fuck up and either don't laugh or laugh at the wrong times. Oof. I know. That's always great.
Like the flow of his joke was probably better than most.
Right.
Like it actually flowed.
It seemed like it was going to go somewhere. Yeah.
It felt like it was going to be a joke. Yeah. So he's growing. As a performer, he's growing.
Listen, I said a couple weeks ago, I thought he wrote a joke that actually passed as a joke, which I was taken aback by. I think I named the video that.
It's now a national holiday.
It's crazy. But yeah, it was Donald Rumsfeld. And if anyone's wondering what Cardiff was referring to on Opie and Anthony, Louis C.K. was a guest, and it might have been just Anthony. Opie might not have been there that day. And Anthony was trying to have a legit interview with Donald Rumsfeld about legit things. And Louis C.K. would start up a question pretending that he was also doing that. And then it would just turn into, but are you actually a lizard person? Can you say right now that you are not a lizard person? And Donald Rumsfeld would not answer the question. I mean, that's why it went on and on, because all you got to do is be like, yeah, I'm not a lizard person. But he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think it was just Anthony. He was getting very uncomfortable with that.
Yeah,
but Louis C.K. told him he was going to do it.
Anthony did not like it because that's like a big get for them on the show. And he's just like, sorry about that, sir. Anyway, yeah, he's just having some fun with you, sir. Anyway. All right, so let's find out. We got a Supreme Court joke coming up here, guys. And my question for you, listen closely. Why is this a joke?
The Supreme Court, speaking of which, will hear a case about whether Donald Trump can be on the presidential ballot in Colorado. At the Supreme Court, the justices are allowed to interrupt the attorneys arguing the case. I don't know if you knew this or not. Basically, the Supreme Court is like a podcast where one of the hosts is a racist.
Yeah, anything? What do you guys think? What's
Just
the joke? Yeah, I don't get what the joke is there. I also love, he's trying to do the one, hey, you guys hear about this? You guys see this in the news? You guys hear about this? I don't know if you know this, but they're allowed to interrupt the lawyers. That's the thing. Did you know that? Yeah, anyway. It's like, dude, all right, just fucking go. We got it. Go. What is this? Why is it a podcast? Why is there one racist? What's going on? What's he talking about?
I don't know. It sounded like he was trying to improvise.
Oh, he's definitely not. He's reading. He wrote this shit down. Here's another good one, because when he writes jokes about Donald Trump, they always land.
It was recently revealed that Mar-a-Lago has a secret room where more classified government documents may have been kept. No one was more surprised than Trump, who didn't know that that was a room where he could look for Melania.
Is there a chance that this is a video podcast? This is a video format, and he's got images up that make these funny. And
That's
we're just missing
interesting. I've looked for it. It doesn't exist, but that's interesting. Because
Like,
a
it
lot
almost
of
seems
times
like we're missing a layer of the
need
show.
a visual aid or something.
Yeah.
Because literally that joke was, there's a secret room, blah, blah, blah. Donald's wife doesn't like him. Okay. Good stuff. I mean, there's so many places you could have gone with that. These documents and a classified secret room. And then the joke is, and his wife doesn't like having sex with him. Okay. Is he also a wizard? What the fuck?
Yeah, where's the tag when
So
you need
childish. His jokes are so bad. But we are now entering Maddox territory, as I believe this is the first time I've heard him come up with a math joke. Oh, yeah. You ready for this?
Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign spent a total of $160 million, according to campaign finance reports. So for $160 million, he got 23,000 votes out of Iowa, which means he spent $7,000 per vote. People in Iowa were shocked when they discovered that they're worth $7,000.
Be more funny.
People were shocked when they found out. Yeah, no, we're all there. We all got there. What the fuck?
Tom comes walking up. Hey, I got a joke. Yeah, we know.
we got
Been
it.
waiting for you.
Yeah, he's stealing Frankie Boyle's cadence. Yes, we've discovered that he's obviously a big fan, and that's what he's going for.
Still feels more like going to the gym and eating better.
Just going to the gym and eating better. I doubt he's an Opie and Anthony guy. This Tom Myers. I'd be surprised.
Yeah, he might be funnier if he was.
All right, so this is a joke that it's really important to punch up when it comes to comedy. Punching down is frowned upon.
South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem was banned from a reservation in that state after she expressed support for Texas's brutal tactics, stopping people from coming over the southern border. It must be refreshing for Native Americans to kick a white government official off of its land for once.
I mean, unless you're counting cards, I'm sure that happens all the time, right? I'm not sure what the joke is there, but Tom's very proud of it. All right, well, he's got a tag.
Oh.
He's got a tag for his Native Americans joke. Here we go.
Imagine being such an asshole and such a degenerate that they won't even welcome you to throw away your paycheck at a casino.
Imagine.
I wonder. I'm glad you said that the way you did, Cardiff, because as I heard that, I'm like, does he think this is going to land? Does he think this is going to hit? This is going to be a pop? Imagine you're such an asshole. They don't even want you to throw away your entire paycheck at the casino. What?
Yeah. It's a head scratcher.
If he wasn't still making payments on the mic, he would have dropped the mic.
Right, good point. Yes. If he wasn't rented from Rent-A-Center, he's going to take care of it. I mean, I can't imagine writing that down and going, yeah, this is pretty good. I can imagine writing it down and then going back and going, no, this ain't it.
Yo, what was I on?
What was I doing with this? This is not good. All right. Let's see. Can we get a Dave Chappelle joke in here? I bet we can.
A program generated a George Carlin comedy special using artificial intelligence. I personally don't like it. I don't agree with it. If I wanted to hear artificially written comedy constructed by some of the negative elements of modern technology, I'd check out Dave Chappelle.
That does not make any fucking sense. What is he trying to say there?
Dave Chappelle artificial?
Is it because he's on Netflix? Is that the technology part? Let's hear that again.
Is he saying that Dave Chappelle's not being real?
Maybe that's what it is. All right, let's listen again. Let's see.
If I wanted to hear artificially written comedy constructed by some of the negative elements of modern technology, I'd check out Dave Chappelle.
Artificial comedy. Imagine
Dave Chappelle.
calling yourself a comic and thinking Dave Chappelle is a hack.
Yeah, I don't
What
understand.
world does this guy live in? This is insane.
No, it almost seems like he's going like Dave Chappelle's a robot and he's a tool for propaganda or something. Like he's again, trying
That's
to
not a
really...
thing. I would be with you, Cardiff, if there was
The
like a weird
Republicans are
corner of the
building-
internet where, like, the people who think that birds are robots also think Dave Chappelle's a cyborg. He's sitting from the future. But no one's saying that. No one else thinks
The Republicans built Dave Chappelle robot to bamboozle us all, Carl.
Is that what it is?
I knew it. Subreddit surfing, Monday nights.
Yes, that super conservative Republican known as Dave Chappelle. Correct.
Yeah. Normally I get like the ballpark of his joke.
Right. You kind of
That
understand
one,
why he thought it was funny. That one, I'm just like, you just said a name. It doesn't make sense. Now, this next joke, no one on his panel even knew this was a joke. And so I left in the beginning of the next joke just to show you that he goes, oh shit, that didn't hit. It just moves on very quickly.
So
And
to show the
speaking-
end, you should need it to show the next beginning.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And speaking of comedians propped up by bigots, Shane Gillis will host this week's Saturday Night Live. Bless his fans who are recovering from whiplash this week after spending so much time shit-talking the show during his firing in 2019. A man is suing McDonald's.
That's not my edit. That was how that went. That was not a punchline.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That didn't make any sense at all. The whiplash, because you remember 5 years ago, and then now, and well, it's some whiplash 5 years. Yeah. Whoa,
I'll
crazy.
see myself out.
Fucking idiot. I love those people too. Are just like, they're having Shane Gillis on the show. Yeah, he's everywhere. Who cares?
Why not?
What's the difference? All right, so let's hear the rest of that McDonald's joke that he started up on the last one. This might be, and it's hard to say this, the most obvious punchline of any joke Tom has ever written. And I know that seems crazy, but you tell me.
Can we guess?
You'll know it. You'll know it as soon as he starts it.
A man is suing McDonald's because of an allergic reaction to the dairy content of the cheese in a McDonald's Big Mac that almost killed him. It's a pretty serious claim, but on another note, he may have a case, as no one expects real food to be an ingredient in McDonald's menu items.
Swing and a miss.
Would you have guessed that one there, Cardiff?
I was assuming he was going for a fake cheese joke.
Well,
so yeah,
yeah,
I was in the ballpark.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. He might win his case because no one thinks there's dairy products in the cheese at the McDonald's. It has the cheeseburger.
Yes, it's not a great joke, but economy.
He ends it wrong too.
Yes.
It's so ridiculous.
Food items. Shut up.
I would almost expect him to throw in a hot coffee bit on there
Yeah,
too.
right,
You hear about the
right.
woman who
Yes, there's other places you could go, but
Keep it current.
he just finds the most obvious angle every fucking time. All right, last clip. We're going to hear him wrap up his monologue, which he always ends with a bang, as you guys know. And then my favorite thing, and these guys are not on the same page, even though they do a show together every week, where Tom does the super generic, open-ended question, what's going on this week, guys? Doesn't ask anyone directly, doesn't give a question that anyone can actually answer, and that's how he kicks off the show. And Jeff Heisen always jumps in because he's got a joke ready to go. Yeah. So check out Jeff Heisen's doozy here. This is insane. Jeff Heisen is an attorney and a stand-up comedian. He should be able to speak and put thoughts together and articulate a concept.
The McDonald's dollar menu pretty much states, we can't think of another valid use for this shit. And now, on with the show. Please join me in welcoming Jeff Heisen, Polite Kitty, and Chip Jones.
Hey, Tom.
Hello.
So what's everyone been up to this week?
Well, it's exciting to be here, Tom. And you mentioned Dave Chappelle. Chip and I have shared the stage before, and one of the ways that we try to do, one of the things we try to do when we're on stage is entertain people and make them laugh and hope they're having a good time. But according to the people who vote on the Grammys, the way to win the best comedy album is to insult people, belittle people, punch down, and then act like you're the victim, the way Dave Chappelle did. So Tripp and I have a lot to learn.
Wow. It makes Tom Myers seem succinct the way this asshole talks. Wow.
That's infuriating. Sorry.
I just thought, you think the Dave Chappelle hate is, isn't Dave Chappelle a Baltimore comic? Isn't that where he came up?
Oh, is it?
I think so.
He lives
I
in
think
Ohio now, but I don't know.
Yeah, so maybe Tom's tired of living in his shadow.
That's what it is. Yes, Tom's the second most famous comic. I know Stavi's from Baltimore, so he's probably third. But where is this coming from? That Dave Chappelle is now a person who punches down and a hater, and it's so ridiculous that people who are supposed to be comedians don't understand how comedy works. He made a joke that referenced a trans person. What a bigot! What? Fucking morons.
Who are these podcasts? WAT.